kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
When I say, who's the master? You say, no.
What is up, people? Showing up the King here, back with another video, and today I'm bringing you my review for the Kuri Flame Toys Megatron. God damn. Man, I've been playing around with this thing for the past couple of days. If you guys been following my Instagram, I posted a couple of sneak peek pictures, and now it's time to do the full review. And without further ado, we're going to get into it because it's a lot to cover, and I don't want this video to be like 30-40 minutes. But before I do get started, it's time for the shameless plug. Make sure you guys are following the Magnerd Podcast on Instagram, which is MAGNERD Podcast. That's where I post a lot of my updates. So if you guys want to stay tuned to all the stuff that I have, make sure you also subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure you hit that bell notification so that you know when I do upload a new video. All right, so let's get into this review. So first, I want to take a quick look at this Megatron. I want you guys to get some really good close-ups because this thing is a goddamn masterpiece. So think about Flame Toys, and again, I do want to stress this, like, to me, Flame Toys is the pinnacle of what an action figure can be. And again, I think from between this and my Optimus Prime, and again, if you guys haven't seen my Flame Toys Optimus Prime video, link will be in the description below, and it will be in the thumbnail at the end. You can tell that they just put lots and lots of attention to detail. The die cast, the parts, the accessories, the color mapping, the neon lights that the figure gets. I mean, this thing is just incredible. Like, look at this thing. It's incredible. So here's a good shot of him from the front, and then here's a good shot of him from the side, and here's a shot of him from the back. And again, they just nailed it with everything. Like, this Megatron, to me, looks like a cross between a Ender, which is a Zone of the Enders, if you guys are familiar with that video game, a Transformer, and a little bit of a Gundam. I love the purples. I love the golds. I love the jet black. It just all fits. And I love how tall he is. Compared to Megatron, I mean, compared to the Optimus Prime, you definitely want to see a Megatron that is bigger than Optimus Prime. And again, I love how, again, they still give you the Decepticon logo, which is here. I'll bring it up close so you guys can see it. And again, it's that nice purple and black motif. I mean, it just looks really, really nice. And again, I just want you guys to get that crispy close-up of Megatron and his face. The shoulder pads. I mean, this thing is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, so I'm going to take him back. Now we got a good look at him. And let's talk about these accessories because they're locked. And the accessories, we're going to kit him out. So first thing I'm going to look at are these swords because these swords are actually special. So he comes with two swords. You can see here. And again, that same pearlescent purple neon, like clear. And then you have the gunmetal. It looks great. It comes with two. But these swords are special because they can turn into a double blade. And in order to do that, you just need to pop this out like so. And then pop these out like so. And then what you can do is you can take one from the top, put it up here, and then you can take this, pop it in here, pop this other end in, and boom. Just like that, it turns into a glaive, a double-edged sword. Perfectly balanced, like all things should. And he also comes with a gun accessory. And again, here is the Magnum pistol, and this is kind of like a, you know, a nod to the 1980s Transformers. And again, you can kind of see the Decepticon logo once my camera decides to focus. Oh, here we go. There we go. You can see that. The purple and the white, the gunmetal gray, I mean the silver, it's amazing. It's an amazing pistol. Front. And it even has a slider. It's an amazing, amazing gun. And this gun transforms as well. It can turn into a sniper rifle. So what you can do is, you can take the stock, well actually that's not the stock. You take the bump stock here. First you want to do is pull this out like that. And then you can just slide the bump stock on like that. Then you can take the scope and you can add the scope onto there like that. And then what you want to do is you want to take, where is it? Oh, the sniper rifle itself. And you want to insert it like that. And boom, look at that. Sniper rifle. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. God damn, that thing look good. And it has features. Again, you can put down the tripod. You can pull down the bump stock like that. And it just looks really, really good. And it just works. And I'll be able to just set that down like that so you guys can see. Looks good. Alright, so that's the gun. It's the sniper rifle. And he also comes with a mace. You can see here, this is the mace. And again, you can kind of see like the pink energon bursting out of the mace. And it comes with the handle. And again, this mace also separates like this. And then you can actually attach to make it an energon mace. And it kind of comes in sections, which is perfect. Then you connect it down here, and then it becomes like a movable, bendable energon mace. And every section can break off, and it can move into full 360. And again, they all come off. But it is still sturdy enough so that when Megatron is actually holding it, it actually works. So that's that. Then we have these hand glaives, and I'll bring him up here so you can see how these are, and they kind of add on to here. These are kind of like wrist guards. You can kind of attach it here like so. You do this on camera, so you see there's a little hole here, hole there. You can kind of add them on like that. And they're wrist glaives, and they can kind of flare out like that, so you can still hold weapons if you need to. All right. So before I actually get into the rest of the accessories and get them all kitted out, I wanted to, let me back them up, talk to you guys about the articulation. We'll do that right now. All right, let's talk about the articulation. So one of the beauties about having a Flame Toys action figure is that it not only do you get the premium die cast, not only do you get the LED effects, but these things come with superior articulation. Let me show you, especially for a Transformer. So because it doesn't actually transform, you don't have to worry about these like intricate transformations, but you can still get the articulation. So like for instance, with the legs, again, it can come straight up. The knee is double jointed. So again, you can get those knees in those tight positions. And again, you don't lose out on any quality because every single nook and cranny is either detailed or painted. Again, so again, you have the double jointed knees. With the feet, you got the flare here. You got a little bit of ankle rocker, a little bit of toe hinge. You can go up, down, anywhere you need to go. For the legs, full splitsville. Well, not full, but enough. For the waist, it can go left to right. It can bend down. And he can look up somewhat. At the arms, we have at the wrist, the arm itself can do a full 360. The wrist itself can do a full 360. His head can do left, right. You can look down. You can look up. Looks good. Shoulders, arms, full 360. And you can kind of rotate. See here, the back piston here. You can rotate inwards as well. So again, you get full range of motion with this Megatron. There hasn't been a position that I haven't seen. And again, you can see some of the pictures on the box that this thing can get into a plethora of positions. All right. So before I kit him out and put everything in, he also has a light up feature. And again, if you see my Instagram pictures, you can see that. In order to get to those, I'll show you that right now. So first we'll start with the legs. So right here, actually before I do that, there's another gimmick that he has. It's a gun holster. So right here, there's a tiny little slit. I don't know if you can see it, like right here. And you can just take that and pop that in like so. And it turns into a gun holster for the pistol. And I'll take the pistol apart a little bit later and I'll put it in so you guys can see what it looks like. But I just kind of wanted you to see how that looks. But in order to get the lights to work, you kind of can just pop this off. And then it comes with like a dozen batteries. You can just unscrew this. And then you put in the little batteries that it comes with. And then you can kind of just flick it. And boom, you get the LED effect. And then you would just put this back on. Like, it's a little tricky sometimes. Just line up the ports here. There you go. And then you do the same thing on this side. And the ones on the legs are easy. The ones that are really annoying are the ones on the back. And I'll show you those in a second. Boom. So you got the Indiglow. I promise these don't come out super easy. I'm just rushing. All right, so that's in. You can kind of see it glowing, and the lights are pretty vibrant. And then what you want to do is you want to come to the back here, and here are the annoying ones. So with the Optimus Prime, one of the better features about the Optimus Prime is the fact that his lights are accessible whether you pull anything off. And I'll show you that later. But to get to his shoulder ones, you have to kind of like pull this little piece off. And then you can get access to the drawer. This is where you put the batteries, and then you can kind of just flick it. And then you can just replace it. It's a little tab here. And you just fit it in here. And just know it's a little difficult to do this while on camera. And the same thing here. Just kind of pry at it. I've taken this off multiple times now, but like so. And then boom. And I'll turn my light off so you can see it better. But that's part of it. And then you can access the main one here. And there's no real like super great way, I'll come closer, that you can take it off. So you gotta kind of just apply a little bit of pressure on the front and it comes off. And then again, you can see the off on switch here. You just want to hit that and then boom. You get the purple LEDs on the chest, on the shoulder, and on the legs. And I'll turn off my camera, my light real quick so you guys can get a better look at that. It looks good. The menacing, like purple pulsating energon, the red eyes. I mean, this thing is amazing. And I'll set them back here so you guys can see while I grab his chest plate. I'll put this back on. Easy peasy. All right. So let us. Oh, one thing that I forgot. Megatron also comes with an alternate face. So this is just like a stern evil face, but he also comes with like a menacing laughing face, showing his teeth. And again, it also has the space in the back so that the LED can shine through. And I'll make sure I show you that, guys, when I swap out the face in a little bit. So now he comes with the final gimmicks. So this is like his thruster pack that he comes with. It kind of like goes into his waistband, and this kind of has like a gimmick where it can kind of move in all different directions. But to be honest, you kind of want to just keep this one in a basic pattern, because again, it just goes on his back and it's kind of used like thrusters. But again, they take the same details, the gunmetal, the purple, the exhaust. It looks good. So then what you do is you take it and you turn them around, you insert it like so. Just fix this. Boom. And there you go. And see, you can kind of move it up or down. You can move it down like this. So it can kind of go down by his waist. So it can have like the minimalist look. Or you can kind of flare it up, like if he's like doing like a pose where he's like bursting off. It's like, you can do that. But you can also just put it down like this. And because it moves, it makes it so much easier. And then the big piece that he comes with is his, I don't even know what to call this, but it's his backpack and his blasters, and I'll show you the blasters as well. So again, these came separate, but I already attached them, and it's 6 total, and it looks good. And here on the back, he has shoulder cannons. Now these cannons, I'll tell you now, they come out like this. 1, 2, and these cannons are cool because you can just hit the little button and boom, you also get a pulsating purple LED effect. Now these are done perfectly because again, you don't have to remove anything. It's just literally a flip of a switch and they turn on. And they can go in the back, and they can also go on his arms. And in order to do that, there's a little compartment here that you can just pull off, and it reveals the battery compartment. And then you just put the batteries in, And then you can just kind of put this right back on. Boom. And you can also, let's bring Megatron over here, put these guns on his wrist. So just like that. Put one right here. And then you can go to the other side. Put one on right here. Bring them back. Boom. Again, turn the light off so you can see. Let me turn my other light off too. So now you can kind of see in its full glory what it looks like. You got the purple on the shoulder, on the chest, red eyes, purple pulsating, and then you got them on the shoulders here. There. And you can kind of do like a little pose where he's going to blast you. Or he's going to do like a double blast. Like so. Looks good. Looks good. All right. So now, before I bring in Optimus Prime, let's just do the back part. So here, he has a little entry point. You have a little entry point here, and it's just as simple as snapping it on. Boom. And then those same blasters, you can cradle them right into this port. Sorry, I'm a little disorganized. Boom. And then, as you can see there, you can kind of pull these back like that. And this is a fully kitted Megatron. Like that. And as you can see, he doesn't lean back. So even with all this like back heavy stuff, his legs and everything is so sturdy, you don't have to worry about him leaning back over that way. Trying to get it in the way so if you got to get it all on camera. So side view, you can see all of this stuff is here, all from the back. He won't really tip over. You can always adjust the legs and adjust the height. And it's also cool because these blasters can come down like so. So if you want to like shoot them out, you can do that too. And then the wings can kind of come up like that. You can spread them out in any which way that you want to. Like that. There you go. All right. All right, guys. So we're back here with the Megatron, with the Optimus Prime, and you can kind of clearly see the height difference and just the overall size of these figures. And again, this is how it should be. So this is how you would want Megatron to look in the face of Optimus Prime. Like Megatron has always been the bigger bot, and Optimus is just kind of like still strong and still have that stature. It looks good. So here's what I was talking about before when I mentioned how easy it is to turn on the LEDs for Optimus Prime. So you can see here with the Optimus Prime, in order to turn on his LEDs, there's just a little button in the back. You hit that for the chest, and then you hit that for the eyes. And just like that, he turns on. And that's what I love about this Optimus Prime, is that getting to his LEDs is much easier than it is for Megatron. And then with Optimus, you can kind of lift that up, and then you should be able to. I know someone always yells at me when I do it that way, but I am very gentle. You can kind of pop this up too to see the matrix. And again, I'll turn it off so you guys can see Megatron still lit up in the background. And you can kind of see Optimus's full matrix lit up with his LED eyes. And then he also has, this one has his knees can light up too, but you got to kind of like fumble around with it like the Megatron. I'm not going to do that right now. I just kind of want you guys to kind of get the look. So there's the matrix, there's the Optimus. And if you guys, again, like I said, haven't seen the Optimus review, please make sure you go look at it in the thing below. I'll give you guys a full 360. It's kind of popped out, so I'm going to put that back in. So you can kind of see here, this Optimus Prime also came with a host of details that has just made him my top action figure of last year. And this Megatron is definitely a contender for the best figure of 2021. I'm just going to put that out there. So you have that, you have the head. And again, Optimus came with a lot of weapons as well. And he also came with the gun that pops out and also has like the little gimmicks. You can pull it down, extend it, things like that. Turn it around just to make it like the little cannon that he had from the show. So yeah. And then again, you can just kind of push it through and store it like that. So that's the Optimus. That's the Megatron. And before I get out of here, I wanted to show you guys how to switch out the face with the Megatron. And it's actually very simple. There's a little thing up here. Oop, and it came out. It's this little tiny thing. And then you can just, Lord, you should just be able to pop the face out. But there you go. And then slide in the other face. I'll do it close up so you guys can see. Like that. And then pop that back on. And then you have the evil smiling Megatron face. And I actually like this. I actually might leave this one on. I like it with his little menacing laugh. His little menacing laugh. I like that. Sitting right next to each other. All right. So overall, this thing is a 10. I'm not even going to say anything less. If you are a fan of highly articulated action figures, if you are a fan of Transformers, you just kind of have to have these things, even though they don't transform. To me, this is the pinnacle of what an action figure can be. It's just absolutely incredible. The photos you can take, just the styling. Again, it's just it's a masterpiece. Again, I had no bad things to say. The only negative, if you really want to call it one, is just the tiny annoyance of having to take off the plates to get the LEDs to come on. But other than that, I don't have any issues with this. Again, Flame Toys knocked it out of the park again. I was able to get mine from Sideshow Collectibles. It was about $400. So it is now officially the most expensive single action figure that I own. Again, I don't regret it at all. This thing just appreciates in value. It is a cornerstone of my collection. And again, I don't, the only thing that was missing was that if you ordered it from a different website that directly partnered with Flame Toys, it came with an extra head sculpt, and it also came with a gun case for the sniper rifle. So that's the only thing that I'm missing, because I got mine from Sideshow. I got mine from Sideshow because, again, Sideshow has this awesome thing where they can split the payments up in a couple of months to make it a lot more digestible for paying for it. So over a course of a year, the payments were like $30 or $40 a month, and then right there at the end, they charged like $100 something would include the shipping or whatever it was, and it came right away. It's the best way. It's exactly how I got Optimus, and this is exactly how, if another Flame Toys comes out, and I think it is the Megazord. I think it's the Flame Toys Megazord that's next, or that I'm going to be buying from them. So we'll see. Again, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel. This is Showing Up the King. Have a good one. Peace.